Time to get down. It is time for the number one source of all things WWE right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. I am one half your host, the one, the only J-Bone, the voice of your adulthood, only Shivani. And then with me, of course, is the MVP Marco. What's up, Marco?
Nothing much. It looks like we're young Anthony less. I thought we were going to be back on a regular schedule, but life things happen, and it's just me and you this week. But for a valid reason this week.
Right. Thoughts and prayers to young Anthony. This show we're gonna do it. Let's dedicate the show to Sweet Mario, his beloved pet.
Yep.
I had to put him down this week, so I know he was a big part of his life, so. Thoughts and prayers to Mario, and young Anthony will be back next week. It's very unfortunate, so it sucks. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a cat. When I was younger, I did have 2 dogs when I was a young lad.
Right.
And one of them, none of them passed away. I know I had to give one away. That was very upsetting. We ended up moving, and the place we moved to didn't allow any pets, so we had to give up the old doggy.
Right.
That made me very upset. The very first dog I ever had actually got really sick and passed away. We didn't, so yeah. I mean, when you have any type of pet, it's a family member pretty much. It's not even almost like it is. It definitely is a family member, and it's very rough when one of your family members passes away. So.
And Anthony's watching right now. All the love, Anthony. It sucks. That's kind of like the thing you realize whenever when you get a pet that this is a possibility.
Yep.
But you put that off in the back of your mind. Save that for later.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You don't go to bed like, oh well, man, the time's ticking now. You experience the love of a pet. So
yep,
I've got a dog myself, so he's a rascal. But yeah, you're right, family member for sure. But SummerSlam was of course this past weekend, and wait, hold on, I'm getting some information real quick. Hold on.
And now. The RAWDOWN presents the crowning ceremony for the RAWDOWN Championship.
The recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
And new RAWDOWN champion. That's right, boys and girls. The Reign of Terror is back. J-Bone is your RAWDOWN champion. I have defeated that clown. When it comes to RAWDOWN titles, okay, it's all fair in love and war.
This is a hot potato.
It has been.
I had it. You had it. Anthony got it. You got it back.
It's attitude era booking here.
Yeah.
So of course I am the new RAWDOWN champion. Marco still has the money in the bank.
Oh yeah.
He could cash that in at any time. Quick shout out to Tom from the Broadcast Podcast. What's up to you?
Going on.
SummerSlam kind of came and went. We'll talk about that in here in a little bit. There is a little bit of news we need to get to outside the ropes.
Outside the ropes.
Quick mention, if you could pick up, if you can hear kind of a echo, might be because of me. As you can see, I'm not wearing headphones because as soon as we got on, my headphones decided to crap out. So, but anyways, wanted to get into some quick outside the ropes news. Pretty big news. We last week you weren't here, so we Anthony and I kind of discussed last week with this the feds raiding the Fed.
Yeah.
This sale, of course, is looming. Well, we kind of got news this week that the sale is supposed to be closed, done with by the end of September.
Yep.
And even bigger news today that the son-in-law will not be in line as far as part of the board.
Nobody is bigger than this business.
I think I'm gonna be sick. I think I'm gonna grow up. Paul Levesque is not gonna be part of the board of directors, which he has been for a while.
Yep.
Is this news surprising to you? Do you think it will affect anything within WWE? Nope.
Nope. Not as big as people think it is.
Right.
Because it's not the WWE he would be the board of directors on. It's no longer the WWE. It's TKO or whatever it's called now. So brand new company. Yeah. Brand new company, brand new board of directors. I believe you have to be voted in to be a board of director. So who's to say he doesn't get back on the board for the new company? But yeah, I mean, I like the fact that he's able to focus on the product, on the WWE, as opposed to being a board of directors for TKO, which means he would have to be on the board for the UFC as well as the WWE.
The board is concerned about your extremely questionable decisions as of late.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see any former WWE board of directors or executives on that new board.
I think we'll see Nick Khan. Nick
Khan. I mean, as far as like the ones that like buy in, like the the head of Sony or whatever, that type of stuff. It's going to be all new people. Probably Vince, I'm assuming, will be on the board of directors. But yeah, I like the fact that you have Vince and the other dude's name's escaping me right now.
Ari Emanuel.
Yeah. So them two will be like the big guys. You have Dana White, UFC, Triple H, WWE. That's what pretty much a hierarchy. And then you obviously have the VPs and all that shit in the middle of that company. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it sounds. I mean, the way people, the way the articles read, it's like, oh my god, he got removed off the board of directors. It's like, no, it's a brand new company. He was on the board of directors for the WWE. It's no longer the WWE, the actual company. It's a brand new company, so it's going to be brand new people. So,
I mean, to be honest with you, like, being on part of the board of directors, there's other responsibilities, business decisions, and I mean, would it be nice for Hunter to be in those, for the future or whatever? Yes, but like, to be honest with you, I mean, it's kind of a blessing because he could fully focus, all of his, everything on creative. So I mean, I think that's a smart move, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think so.
And I mean, eventually down the road, you could bring him in, kind of under Vince's wing, kind of thing, like he has been doing, to be a part more of the business side, so that whenever that transition does happen in 10 and 15 years.
Yeah. Well, like you said, who's to say, with the new, like, when the deal gets finalized and stuff, who's to say he's not going to be on the board of directors? Like, it's pretty much a reset. So like I said, expect,
Well, I don't think he will be because they have to do SEC filings. But I mean, at some point, you can. They could change that at any time.
Yeah, that is true.
Have to be voted in, but
yeah, you're gonna see new people announced. You're gonna go on the website and see new positions. You're gonna see cuts again. That's another thing. There's gonna be.
That's another thing I was gonna bring. I'm glad you brought that up. Because I think Ari's gonna break out those shears and go Bruce the Barber Beefcake style.
Yeah, he could be like, hey, WWE, you have these positions. We don't need these. We have this person and this person.
Yeah, I mean, that naturally happens during the merger.
Yeah,
You don't need 2 HR people. You don't need 2, whatever, vice presidents of marketing.
2 finance.
2 finance people. You just don't need any of that. So, so there's gonna be cuts, but will there be cuts on the performer side too?
Yeah,
that'll be interesting. Maybe a handful of guys and gals, possibly, but this roster is so stacked and so good. Do you really want all this work you've been doing? Because I mean, like we talked about, going from top to bottom, this roster's really just jumped it up a notch for sure. Do you really want them possibly going over to AEW and anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely some fat you could trim, and that's in any roster, right? But you just got to be. I think you got to be a little cautious. I mean, not that. Let's say you cut a Chad Gable, he's not going to be lighting it up over there in AEW. He's going to be good. He's going to be great.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be a game changer necessarily. And I only say Chad Gable just because that's where I'm kind of talking about.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to see what we'll have in the coming months. What kind of changes WWE is going to go through. Of course, we got the TV deal looming.
Yeah,
we kind of talked about that a little bit too last week, or maybe it was the week before. I can't remember, but with the idea of maybe Fox kind of poo-pooing a deal.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're asking for too much.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think you'll see any. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think you'll see any roster cuts. I think you'll see more employee cuts than anything between the WWE's employee area and then UFC.
Corporate.
Well, Endeavor, I should say.
Right.
Endeavor's you'll see more. I think you'll see more cuts in that sense. And then probably after, the other thing too is they're making more money than they've ever been making, WWE in general. They're smashing records left and right, highest grossing SummerSlam, highest grossing this, they each PLE they do, they just keep on bringing in more money, bringing in more.
You kind of have to take that with a grain of salt because of inflation.
Well, they did. Well, the other two, they did say during their earnings call that they did increase, I think 50%, 57% revenue over year. So that's pretty much, that's almost that's close to 100%.
I do think those ticket prices, those ticket prices have definitely increased though over the last.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, so, but you got merch and then the overseas stuff that they've been doing,
right?
And whatever deals that they're working on, all those advertisements you're starting to see now on TV, the hour free that we got on Monday Night Raw,
I just bought my first merch from WWE shop in years, so there you go.
Yeah, see, look at it. That's another thing. A lot of people that are that have been kind of hiding out, not really watching WWE, kind of hearing rumblings again of it. They're bringing those people back out too to buy merch. Yep. LA Knight, dude, he's probably.
Hey, those LA Knight shirts are on back order too. That's what I bought. An LA Knight shirt.
Which one? Is it the blue one?
One with the all over it. I bought the yellow one, and it's on back order. And some other stuff's going to be shipped. I think it's going to here either tomorrow or Saturday. But the other stuff's going to be the LA Knight shirt is going to be here next month.
Yeah, dang,
which is crazy. So which I personally don't care. I'll get it when it comes. It comes,
Yeah.
But being a figure collector, I'm used to waiting.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
like,
yesterday-
wow, I get something by buy right now. Wow.
Yeah, everything that's yesterday just watching everyone. Oh, Tyson.
Tyson.
TNT. I'm
Hey, Tyson.
Dynamite.
Can you tell me if there's an echo in here? Hopefully not. But
every time his name comes, we always do the TNT.
it's TNT.
But speaking of like waiting, yesterday just watching everyone. Oh my God, I got my shipping order for Muhammad Ali. Oh my God, I actually have mine. And I'm like, yeah, haven't seen any of it. Still unfulfilled on Mattel Creations.
Damn.
I was like, I'll get my next
Creations
July.
hate you. They hate you, man.
They must have heard me poo-pooing sometimes on the Chick Foley show.
Yeah, man. What'd you do to Bill?
Some of the decisions. Not that a Bill. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I mean, it might be guilty by association with with old Sheen Dog over there. But yeah, no, I got it today actually. The
Muhammad Ali
notification. So yeah, no, that's a notification that is being shipped. So
okay.
At least I
What
got
about
that.
Cody?
So, no, I actually finally got the Cody. Like, maybe I think maybe the week. I think the week I wasn't on actually. Yeah, the week before, like last week.
Okay.
I ended up getting it. So that took almost over like a year and a month to get.
Nice.
Cody's in high demand, dude, and we'll talk about it.
He's a great guy on that Cody. In fact, let's go ahead. Let's talk about SummerSlam.
Collar and elbow.
SummerSlam, it makes me feel fine. Yeah, so SummerSlam came and went, of course. And yes, Tyson, I got my title back because I'm the king. And thank you for helping us out there.
Awesome, thanks, Tyson, dude. You made us better.
Yeah. So, what was your overall feeling of SummerSlam?
Man, I mean, if you listen to the Chick Foley show, we went into full scale. Like, we even gave you a 20-minute bonus of our Roman Reigns after the mailbag. If you listen to that, we literally went into like a 20-minute diatribe on Roman Reigns and if they could continue the bloodline storyline until next year and stuff like that. There are some naysayers on the show that don't think that WWE has the power to do so, to keep it going, but we'll see. But anyway, it was average for me. I think it was the greatest of SummerSlams.
Yeah, I was listening to the Chick-fil-A. It was kind of surprising that you said that
across the board. We were all just like,
yeah,
it was I mean,
I think it was just slightly above average. You know, the crowd was dead.
Yeah,
for a lot of it, but I think that MMA match,
that MMA match, the
length
length
of
of
crowd, big time.
The length of all the matches, like every match didn't have to be 20 minutes plus. Like
right.
I understand, like that's like I said on the show, like if you think Vince McMahon is still booking, he's not.
Right.
Vince McMahon is the same thing with Vince Russo. Crash TV, match segment, 5-minute match segment, 5-minute match promo. That's it. You don't see them on these shows anymore. It's all match after match. There's no. There's nothing.
They got to figure out too with these long promos. I know they're trying to fill commercial time. I think what they need to do is
segments. Bring back segments or something like
that, or you know what,
interviews.
Hey, you're not. Yeah, that would be good. But hey, you wanna watch the show? Then you got to be a premium Peacock member. You know? You got to get that premium cock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to get that top dollar cock. not the top dollar.
Not that top dollar.
The other top dollar. Actual top dollar. I mean, that would like help out because then you don't have to worry about commercials. I mean, look, if somebody, it's $5 more. If you have a WWE fan on the Verge, then you make $5 more, and guess what? Now you get more revenue. I mean, it makes sense. It was already $9.99 anyway, the WWE Network. So just you could keep the keep the old school content on the for that regular cock.
That mid
cock.
The mid cock.
But for that premium cock, you want to get that live PLE. That live PLE, and then you gotta pay premium cock prices,
Oh man.
Oh man, I'm glad y'all get this. Either left already.
He's like, all right,
okay.
We're going a little bit too. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, the pacing wasn't bad. If the matches are a little bit shorter, it was just every single match was like the women's match was the longest match, and not obviously the Charlotte, Asuka, and Bianca was the longest match in women's wrestling history, and from a SummerSlam perspective. Anyway, I think it was almost like 40 minutes, pretty much. Like that's, and you can tell they're gassed, dude. Like that's another thing. Like as those matches are going on, you can tell that they like. I'll get to the Roman because I kind of squashed that match on
I heard
show.
that.
Like you could see it. Like it just wasn't, and he got hurt too. That was the other thing. He got hurt during the match when Jimmy did that dive and hit him in the back. So
let's kind of we'll hit some highlights here. I don't know if we need to go over everything. Of course, Logan Paul, Ricochet.
I thought it was good.
It was good. I mean, it was the right move. You have to have Logan Paul win this.
Yep.
And the way they did it was okay. I mean, you have some rando guy give you some nucks. What happened to the nucks in the undies, man? Let's get some nucks back in the undies.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, he did put him in there when he
when he
put him back, but he should have took him out and you played to the crowd.
Do you think he kept the nucks in his undies in his pants when he went to go see his brother?
He may have forgotten. But I'm assuming he had a private jet waiting. So
I wish the other Diaz brother was there. What's Nate Diaz? What's his brother's
Nick?
name? Nick, yeah.
Yeah, Nick Diaz.
That'd have been cool. Let's see a tag team boxing match.
I mean, you know what? As soon as this merger happens, I wouldn't be surprised if you see that at a WrestleMania. The Diaz brothers versus the Paul
brothers in WWE.
Oh my god,
that'd be interesting. Well, I don't think Nick Diaz. I don't think he can stay clean enough to.
Oh man,
do a match. That's fine. I mean, it was okay. I mean, there's gonna be no follow up with Ricochet. Unfortunately, I mean,
nope.
He's just gonna go back to where he was, and I mean, to be honest with you, rightfully so. I mean, but it kind of was besides having Logan Paul there, it was a waste of a moment, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then we get to the next match. I was kind of surprised they put this on really early, but I think it was a good placement. Cody Rhodes defeats Brock Lesnar. What a match! That
was a highlight.
Could be close to being match of the night. I do think Seth and Finn was probably match of the night, but definitely moment of the night.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on the match and how everything played out? Of course, at the end.
I like how the match went as far as Brock Lesnar just completely owning Cody,
right.
And up to the point where he's just like, which I never heard. So here's a few things that you point out, like that you point out in the match. I actually didn't bring this up on the show. Is the empathy Brock Lesnar had and the sympathy he had for his opponent. You never hear him tell. So I don't remember him telling people to stay down.
Get a life, kid.
We heard that before.
That's a Brock we know.
Give advice like that, like just stay down, just stay out. Like he didn't want to pin him. He's trying to beat him enough where he could lose by count out. Lose gracefully, essentially.
Right.
I don't want to pin you. I don't want to embarrass you. Just stay outside and just stay down. Obviously, Cody doing the Rocky type of thing, getting back in the ring and all stuff, and you get in the Brock Lesnar selling the frustration. At first it was frustration, and then it was shock, like of him, Cody just jumping back in, and taking those beatings. And then I think, as you seen at the end, Brock is just like, dude, this guy's fucking.
Well,
this
yeah,
guy's
and
legit.
like with him telling him to stay down,
Yeah.
that kind of just put Cody over, because it was like, oh man, is Brock scared of this guy?
Brock's telling you to stay down. Like, he
Yeah.
can't keep you down. That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you never heard that before. That's
so I think that's part of it. And as I was watching it, you know, my wife was kind of watching a little bit. She goes, "Why does he keep throwing him outside?" And I was like, "Well, he's trying to gain sympathy. Like that's the thing there." And she goes, "I don't get it." And then as they kept doing it over and over again, she was like, I'm starting to get it, because she was hearing the crowd kind of go cheer louder and louder every time he got thrown outside.
Yep. Every time he almost missed that the 10 count. And obviously, his mom's out there too. So that plays into Brock.
And those calcium cannons. Don't forget about those calcium cannons.
Oh, man. That lady behind freaking, I've seen so many memes.
I know.
Someone reversed and put Cody's mom's face on that lady. The lady behind, they reversed.
That's great. I want to see that one.
There's another meme with Cody after the WrestleMania match where he's sitting down, just staring, in the ring, and they put the thing on his forehead, that lady's picture on his forehead, he's thinking of her, the calcium cannon lady. But yeah, or maybe Brock is just throwing them out so we could just keep on taking a look at the lady behind.
Yeah.
Cody, staying out. I'm trying to take a look at these.
Who's Sable?
I know, right? But yeah, man. And then obviously, Cody coming back, getting the win, and then the unprecedented, the unpredictable, the unscripted.
It has to be unscripted. Which writer and which agent is going to tell Brock, okay, this is what we want you to do after the match. we want you to go up to Cody and we want you to shake his hand and put it. Dude, if you telling Brock that.
Yeah, I know, right? He's not doing that on his own. No, he's doing that on his own merit. He's he's showing and you've never seen him do that. He gave we talked about it last night on the Chick-fil-A show. He gave Undertaker the nod and the salute, but he never fully embraced, shook someone's hand and actually pulled him in for a hug. That was what I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. Obviously the planning of the matches, but what I'm assuming is they had a meeting, Brock Lesnar and Cody, and they said, let's replay let's kind of do the John Cena match, right?
Right.
Where I just squashed John Cena, but instead you come back and win it. But if we're gonna do that, I'm gonna lay it in.
Right.
I think he legit was shooting most of the time, tossing him out of the ring, and I think he was just letting and just really battering Cody to see how much abuse he could take. And then I think at the end of the match, that's what brought him to shake his hand and give him a hug, because he's I just beat the shit out of this kid for 20 minutes, and he's still standing, and he still finished the match without a hit. So I think that's kind of what it was. It was kind of almost like a shoot match a little bit, without just let the German suplexes fly. Don't really protect Cody. I mean, protect him enough, but just let it go. Just let him land on his back. Just toss him out of the ring. Just beat the shit out of him and see if gain that empathy and sympathy for him as the match is going along.
And it worked.
It worked, man. That crowd was. Everyone thought Cody was done after Mania, dude. He's just fucking. He might be even, close to, but almost hotter.
He's way over now. It's amazing to what just this program what Brock has done for him, because, and we had kind of touched on it a little bit after he lost. Okay, if Cody wins the title, what's next? Who does he face?
Yeah, Brock, probably.
And I think he quickly would have been that John Cena kind of zone there where you're gonna have hear smattering boos and let's go Cody. Cody sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that, But and that's what I love about this era of wrestling right now is the good guys are getting cheered like it should be, and the bad guys are getting booed, and that's because of how well the booking's been,
Yep.
And for me, like for the longest time, especially John Cena, I like John Cena as a wrestler, but the fact that we were having this let's go Cena sucks for all these years really just kind of, I was like, just put a damper on John Cena for me. It's like,
Yeah.
Let's do something different. Like, for years people kept saying that, and he's getting a reaction, so that's a good thing. Yeah, he's getting a reaction. It's a mixed reaction. Like,
Yep.
it doesn't make sense. So
yeah, you want to be able to sway the crowd one way or the other, not cheer, not boo at the same time. It's either you're a face or a heel.
Right.
So yeah, I always try to pinpoint when that exactly happened. It definitely had to have been before or around the ECW One Night Stand match when.
Yeah, actually, it was a little bit before that. WrestleMania 22 when he goes up against Triple H.
Yeah,
that's when people started, booing him a little bit, and I think partially because of the whole Edge thing. Like, people felt like Edge should have been in that position. That kind of thing, But that's kind of where things kind of got awry a little bit for Cena. But so definitely the one night stand thing blew it out of the water.
Yeah. So right now with Cody, I don't think he's in the position where he's taking anything from anybody. Like, he's not like taking any spots. You have Triple H in a position where he's booking everybody in the right position. Like, I'm a big Shinsuke Nakamura fan. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. Glad to see that, he's going to be in a title picture now. He's going to be in the main event scene. And that's what it looks like when, obviously, Kevin Owens, getting hurt and stuff like that. Normally he would be in that position, but who's your next best guy?
Thrust him in the top of the card.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm happy to see. I can't wait to see him.
I just don't want foreign menace Shinsuke Nakamura. Like they were doing. Like,
you don't want I don't speak any English.
like,
Shinsuke Nakamura when he was doing that gimmick.
Oh, just kicking AJ Styles in the balls every week.
Yeah, I just want him to be how he was with
just make him be a badass.
Yeah, like I don't
a little bit what they're doing with like Takeshita in AEW.
Yeah, yep.
I almost said take a shitter.
He doesn't have to talk much, just be a badass, like you said.
Be a badass, let him go do Nakamura things.
Yeah, it's gonna stink that nobody's doing his theme music anymore when he walks out. But
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could fix that, later, but I don't know. Up next, we got the Battle Royal. The winner wins a lifetime supply of Slim Jims.
Yeah.
Of course, that man was L.A. Knight. Yeah. What's your thoughts on him winning the Battle Royal?
I think it was predictable.
It was predictable.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. I seen a lot of people thinking he wasn't going to win. That was like, oh, he's going to lose and he's going to be buried.
Young Anthony thought that.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, it was predictable. I mean, they did kind of try to swerve you a little bit with having Sheamus, AJ, and him as the last like three in the ring. And obviously Bronson Reed too. I thought he was going to win. That's why that was kind of like my like secondary pick. I thought I thought he was just gonna like take over and just win it. But I mean, he did it. He won. He's a
king of the Slim Jims.
King of the Slim Jims. He tossed how many people were in that match? It wasn't 29, right? It was like tossed 29 pieces of trash.
I think it was 25.
25.
I got Wikipedia right here.
I tossed
25 man Slim Jim Battle Royal.
All right, I tossed 24 pieces of trash over the road.
Here's the order of elimination: Apollo Crews, JD McDonough, Rick Boogs, Otis, Ivar, Eric, Shinsuke Nakamura, Tommaso Ciampa, Cameron Grimes, Austin Theory, Santos Escobar, Giovanni Vinci, Ludwig Kaiser, Ridge Highland, Butch, Matt Riddle, Omos, The Miz, Grayson Waller, Karrion Kross, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, AJ Styles, and Sheamus.
But let's see where this goes. That's all I know. I won't go into the full diatribe we had on LA Night last night.
Oh no, let's go. Let's get into it. I mean, I think people want it now. They want it now. Make him world champ. Do this, do that right now. Like you gotta let it keep boiling over. I still think he's over. Now,
yeah,
is he like Universal Champion over? Hell no. No. I mean, he's close. I'll give him that. He's not touching that title anytime soon.
No, definitely not.
You got to get to steps here first.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he's a world champion. He's going to be next. You could be the next world heavyweight champion. And there's an easy way you can do that. You can have him win the Royal Rumble. And he challenges the world heavyweight champion, whoever that may be. And then that way you don't have Cody winning the Rumble again. Yep. Then you could do an elimination chamber. Whoever wins that faces the Universal Champion, which will presumably be Roman.
Yep.
And that's how you get Cody. You get 3 guys from Raw, 3 guys, or what is it? Yeah, 6 guys, right? 3 guys from Raw, 3 guys from SmackDown. Get them in this match. Boom. Done. Cody wins the Elimination Chamber. Goes on to face Roman.
Yep.
I think that's the way to do it. Now, the Royal Rumble individual is up for debate, right? Could be LA Knight. Could be Gunther. Could definitely be Gunther. 100%. Maybe he loses his title, and that's a way you can elevate him back up the card is by getting Gunther, in the spot again. So I don't know. There's different ways you can go about it, but LA Knight, I think he's. I still think he's on a good trajectory to going towards the top. You can't doubt the reactions he's getting for sure.
Yep.
So
I mentioned this on the show too. The segment he had with the Miz dude exposed him a little bit.
I don't see it.
No,
I don't see it.
Yeah, a lot of people. If you go online, a lot of people say the same thing. The Miz. Like, if you're gonna have the promo battle and you're gonna pick a winner, it was Miz definitely out of that. I
think they both did good. That was I definitely want to keep seeing that Miz. It brought me back to Intercontinental Champion Miz, which was fun. We need to keep seeing that Miz
because people are cheering.
Not the I have tiny balls Miz or whatever was going on for a while. So
people were cheering him too when he was cutting that. When he was cutting his I came in here the hard way, blah blah. He's starting to get people were starting to react to it, and then someone there was a couple people that booed. It was 2 voices that booed LA Knight when he was speaking. He was like, "Oh yeah, you got a couple of fans right there," or something like that. But I don't know, man. It was shaky. It was shaky for.
He flubbed the line. He definitely flubbed the line.
Not even that. It was just the show of emotion and stuff. The Miz just
but you can definitely tell it was not a scripted promo.
Yeah,
you let him have the mic, and that's what we want.
Yep.
Both the guys, really. Nobody that, and that's part of what's been going on right for WWE lately. It's very limited writing. Definitely bullet points they're hitting. And I think he did fine. I don't think, was it his best promo? No. But Miz is good. People a lot of times they want to shit on the Miz. I've been a Miz fan for really honestly since WrestleMania 27, and that's being honest. I know that's crazy. It might sound crazy to some people, but his first run as world champion, I was behind it. But I think he's very underrated, and especially his mic skills. People see the what the writers think that the Miz should be, which is like this Hollywood star, which I mean he is. I mean that is his character, but
Yeah.
they give him too much corporate material, like the tiny balls and they try to force things down people's throat. And just let Miz talk, and he'll get where they need to be. So
yeah, they need to. Yeah, he like especially when he was Intercontinental Champion, and he was cutting like he was on fire, dude, like promos and stuff like that. And when he was on Raw, he was like the premier champion for Raw. That's when Brock Lesnar had the title and he wasn't really on TV. So the IC title at the time, Miz was carrying that show, and he was freaking.
And that was important to get Roman. To get Roman over to where he's at, and Seth.
Yeah. Yep.
That run for that Intercontinental Championship, people forget about that. I think a lot of times, and that run he had. I mean, of course, he had a couple different reigns because he dropped the title and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I mean, there was one reign was like almost a year long, I believe, or close to it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it might have been like 8-9 months actually, because I think actually Gunther was the one who had the year reign. But anyways, I mean, it was a long reign regardless, and I mean he held the title very well.
Yep.
His feud with Dolph Ziggler, his feud with Seth Rollins and Finn, and
the triple threat match at Mania.
Roman. I mean, these help get these guys to the next level. So very important reign.
Yeah.
But LA Knight, I mean, two ways you go about it. Like I said, you want to put the jetpack, get him to the top of the card, and have him win the Rumble. That's one. But don't have him challenge Roman. I'm not saying that. You challenge the World Heavyweight Champion. You gotta, and because I mean, it's a good way to get somebody else to win the Rumble besides Cody. You don't want to have Cody win the Rumble again.
No.
That's not going to work well. But so you either, get him into the top card, have him go to the world title area, the consolation prize as it's known now, or you let him, beat Austin Theory or Gunther or whatever. I personally think, I mean, you have him beat Gunther, sneak a victory. You could do that around, Survivor Series or around December, and then have Gunther win the Rumble. Just say, okay, well, I'm done with the Intercontinental title. I'm moving on to other things. And then you have LA Knight as the Intercontinental Champion, continuing with the increase of relevancy that titles has now because of Gunther. And then you got a bona fide star again, with LA Knight, I don't know. Our top guy, should I say, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. I didn't go in as hard as Seth did on the show about how he's just like kind of like a top tier mid card guy. Which is nothing wrong with
I
that.
wouldn't say that because top tier mid card guy is gonna be like a Chad Gable, to be honest with you, or Otis or something like that. Those are all mid card guys.
Yeah.
I mean, the reactions he's getting, it's undeniable, and I mean his merch is selling out.
True.
So I mean, mid card guys don't sell out merch. They're not number one in merch sellers. I mean, let's face it. So, so that's it for that. Next up, real quick. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this MMA rules match. I don't want it to kill another show.
Yeah, I think we did kind of talk about it, but
yeah, y'all did a little bit, but
it's. I mean,
I talked about it too. It really killed the match. I'll say this: it was doomed to fail. You cannot have an MMA match in pro wrestling. It looks weird. When you're trying to have choreographed moves in MMA, you just can't do it. I know what they were trying for it, but it just does not work.
Yeah,
it does not work. I don't think it completely killed the night, but it could have come close. Luckily, they had some good matches behind there.
Yeah.
To kind of help, save it a little bit. So, what a horrible match.
Yeah. If they, like I said, if they promoted it in a way like when they first announced this match, like when they first challenged each other, and they did it like right off the bat, like they said, this is going to be an MMA rules match. All right, we can all go, what the hell is that? And then they can, as it's building the match, you explain what it is, explain the rules, blah, blah, blah. And then when the match comes now, I think you can gain a little bit more interest into the match if you're, but they just like announced it like, what was it, like the week of?
Yeah.
Or the day before or some shit. It was just like, oh, by the way, this is an MMA rules match. You're like, what the hell is that? Like I said, if they were able to promote it in a way at the beginning, I think it would have been a lot better. I think it wouldn't have been as, people would have been shitting on it as much if we knew ahead of time.
What would have been cool if they would have taken the ropes off, like Bloodsport. The way they were doing Bloodsport.
Yeah, something like that. Or what's that? Like the NXT, they took the underground, the Raw
underground.
Like, make it like that.
Take the ropes off. Take the turn. Well, obviously take the turnbuckles off, but take everything off, and you just got posts, and then you got this mat, like, and then like even have like the referee like in like all black or something, like completely different. The way it stands out, and then just let them go. Like don't do any like choreographed moves. You know what the finish needs to be. It needs to be. To be honest with you, I don't remember what the finish was. Was it a chokehold or something? Submission, I remember, but
yeah, it was
something like that, right?
Yeah, whatever is.
You could plan the finish out that way. I mean, these two women are they know MMA, obviously, right?
Yep.
So let them just have a match, like MMA match, and then you get to a point to where you do a finish, and you get to the finish, and that can be your planned spot,
Yeah,
where,
it looks like
where Shayna just catches her,
or
something,
and
do rounds. Rounds,
That's another thing. Yeah, they didn't do that. It said MMA rules, but there was no rounds.
Right.
There's no.
It's nothing. It just it was a wrestling match. Is all it was.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like a wrestling match with MMA stuff peppered in throughout. Like they were like throwing kicks and actually like throwing punches. As you seen Shayna on Monday, she had a nice swelled up eye, stuff like that, or mess up her arm and stuff too. So you could tell they were actually like kind of like throwing hands, but like I said, better. It just needed a better build, and I think people wouldn't.
Let's think about this. Raw for all. Hello.
Yeah, but even that was a different like the presentation was different.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you're trying to do a real sport in a choreographed.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't choreographed, but like you take aspects from Brawl for All and you put it into this match.
Yeah, even with Brawl for All, like the light, like they changed the lighting,
right?
And it kind of like focused on, like they didn't even do that. It was just looked like every other match on the card,
right?
Which it should have been treated differently. Like I said, if it was promoted the right way, if it was presented the right way, I think it would have been, we wouldn't be shitting on it as much. I think we'd just be like, wow, that was pretty interesting. Not the greatest match on the card by any means, but just like we might be like, oh my god, that was actually pretty cool seeing an MMA fight in the ring. But now we're just like,
right,
what the hell are they doing? Well, this shit sucks.
I think they should have had Trish and Becky. And I said this last week. You should have had Trish and Becky over this match, 100%.
So here's the other weird thing about that. They never even announced that match for SummerSlam.
I think it was supposed to be, but
they never even
no.
So
it was, but I mean, like they had the build for it. They've been building it since February.
Well, yeah, even they even asked on that conference, and Triple H even said that he was like, because they asked him about it, and he was like, I seen like the social media and people saying like, oh, you're pulling matches and all this stuff. And he was like, first of all, he was like that the match wasn't even a part of the card. It wasn't even.
Well, I don't know how much I can really believe Triple H in those things.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like, I mean, they didn't show that graphic or anything. Like, that wasn't even.
But,
which is kind of weird. So you
last time Triple H was. I don't know if it was last time. Might have been last time. Yeah, I think it was. whenever Drew came back, right? And he was like, yeah, I mean, Drew just had a bum arm, whatever he said. And he goes, but Drew said like 2 weeks ago, there's a little smoke to some of the stuff that was going on, that was being spoken about. But the way Triple H basically was like, no, he was just hurt. He was taking care of some stuff. He's fine,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I don't know how much you can really believe Trips and those things,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's going to come out and be like, oh yeah, we bumped him and yeah.
True. That is true, yeah. He's like, gonna be like, yeah, of course we did.
Yeah.
It was the right decision.
Yeah, I don't know. And now it's gonna be a Raw match. God, dog. I don't know. They missed the button on that one for sure. But
yeah.
Oh well. Can't win them all. Next match, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. I think this is my favorite match of the night.
Yeah.
A lot of shenanigans. Good finish.
Some storytelling.
Some storytelling, bro.
Judgment Day creeping up to the bloodline on that that storytelling happening.
How amazing is that? Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Judgment Day is like looking like the new bloodline now.
Yep. We don't know where anyone's going with it either. It's kind of hard to tell. We don't know where Rhea's at. We don't know what Dominik is at. They're not giving any inkling of them turning on anyone or making a decision on who they would potentially side with. I think it's interesting. It's very, very intriguing, especially now we have JD McDonough re-emerging back in the story, and we'll see what's going on with that.
I'm intrigued, very very intrigued with this.
Seth's the match was good. I'm gonna say Seth kind of took a back seat after the match was great up until the Judgment Day started interfering. Then I think, Seth Rollins is kind of like the co-star.
But I mean, even like if you just had them two, then the match was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I love the way Seth won it. It's perfect. I think. I don't think you can really
can't hate it.
Much better.
Yeah, no, and obviously, the payback's coming up, and they're on the poster, the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
I don't think
we'll
sure what
see
that
Seth.
means.
We can't see Seth and Judgment Day again. It's got to be Seth.
No, it'll be
Seth
and Shinsuke.
Yeah.
It might be something with the bloodline. It might be something with Judgment Day. It might be, I don't know, like a match with JD McDonough and like Damian Priest or something. Or
here's an idea I'll float to you. What about if we do Cody versus Damian Priest for the Money in the Bank briefcase on the line?
That's a possibility. That could happen.
That's how Cody gets his WrestleMania match.
Because he's kind of in that storyline with the Judgment Day a little bit. But I could see. I don't want to see them run back him and Dominik again. That would.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, so it's
let Dami go defend the North American title for a little while.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm intrigued now that, like I said, now you have Shinsuke kind of in the fold, and if it is an issue where like Finn Balor still wants to get payback for to try to get that title again, now you have Shinsuke lurking in the shadows.
Yep.
Now you have Damian Priest still with the Money in the Bank. So like, yeah, man, I think the bloodlines might be taking a back seat to the Judgment Day story, and they're everywhere too. That's the other thing. Judgment Day's on fucking NXT. They're on freaking SmackDown. They literally, when Rhea says they run the WWE,
they're on Collision with Buddy Murphy.
They're on Collision. Yep, they get mentioned.
They're better than the House of Blacks. And
I know, right? Yeah, that's the other thing. Who won that battle? Remember back in the
day? Well, but you know what? To be honest with you, I was on the House of Black side. So, but,
I know you were. Yeah, you were poo-poo in the Judgment Day. You thought they were going to be gone by,
but they definitely built it in a different way since then. So
yeah,
it's definitely a lot better. So
yeah,
ever since Dom turned, it's been very interesting.
Dirty Dom. Once he turned to Dirty Dom, that was it. It's
Yeah, and that's almost we're coming up on a year now. On
Yeah.
that, so let's see what else. Anything else from that match you want to talk about?
No, just I mean, Finn and Seth just obviously the phenomenal in ring, like they're in ring, out of the ring. You can't. I mean, like you said, probably match of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, besides next to Cody and Brock, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, those two are freaking they're perfect together. They're like the modern day Sean and Brett.
Yeah. Next up, triple threat match: Charlotte or Bianca defeating Asuka and Charlotte, and then we get the cash in.
Yep.
Big shock or nah?
No, not really. I was shocked that they actually succeeded in it.
Yeah.
Because they put that statistic that the women's briefcase has been 100% cash in, no fails, ever. So I thought they were gonna flub it, but no, they went full force, and now Io Sky is the women's WWE champion, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the women's
and yeah, another indication. If you think fucking Vince is booking, you are entirely wrong.
Nah. I mean, he's got.
I'm just stacking up all the.
He's got probably 1% influence, I would say.
I mean, Io Sky's a champion. If that was
if
he was booking it, she's not walking out of that. Charlotte.
Let's put it on Charlotte.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that's what would happen. That's how you know Papa H is running that shit because Io Sky's a fucking champion.
I'm really. I mean, Charlotte just needs to take a back seat for a little while.
Yeah,
on the world title reigns. Charlotte needs to. They need to put Charlotte in a good storyline to really just completely, not just like she's going for the world title. Just because she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time, and I'll say that right now, I think she is, doesn't mean that she needs to go after the world title every single program. Give her a good blood feud. Have something get started with Bailey or
Bianca. Have her. Yeah, I mean, I want to see that.
Yeah, I mean,
just a
doesn't have
with
to. We don't have, and obviously, what's happening in AEW is a lot worse. But that's just women's wrestling. Somewhat in general, Impact does a great job with their women's roster, but they just don't. They rely too much on the world title. Like let's look at Trish and Becky, right? Like that, the title's nowhere near them. It's a blood feud.
Yeah,
let's get something going with that. I don't know.
Yeah. Championship doesn't always have to be at stake for a storyline to be intriguing.
Yeah,
at all. I mean, look at Vince and Stone Cold and Vince. There was really no title involved. It was just they hated. They just hated each other.
I hate you, Stan. I hate you.
But I definitely want to see, maybe Bianca and Charlotte actually have a one-on-one match as opposed to, having Asuka in the way, and then maybe Asuka and Io, battling out for the title. Just separate. Even Bianca might have to take a little bit of a back seat.
Yeah,
to get it back. Like have her build back up to that spot again. Have her and Charlotte feud it out. We haven't had like a Austin Rock type of feud with the women's division. Yeah, except obviously if you want to go with Trish and Becky, but besides that, just current roster people like a Charlotte, Bianca. I mean, I think that would benefit both of them if they were to just have a feud, just like Bailey has that with Shotzi right now. It's not a title,
right?
It's technically a blood feud,
right?
It's a grudge.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, you don't really need the women's, not just any title in general. You don't need to have storylines driven around a title,
right?
Kind of takes away from. Like I said, we like to see Charlotte, see how she does without the title being on the line.
Yeah. I mean, and that's only going to help her legacy, too.
Yep.
So because it's going to be like, oh well, she also can do this as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, look, Rick took breaks. from the world title, you know.
Yep.
And he's fine.
He's had regular matches, yeah. He
Yeah.
didn't know, wasn't always for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I mean, I remember Bash at the Beach '96. He went up against Conan for the United States title.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yep.
I mean, just I don't know. Do better. Do better with that. Now, do you think EO is going to have a long reign?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think she's going to have a long reign.
Do you think Bayley will get involved somehow with the title? We'll get some jealousy.
If they haven't already, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. She didn't turn on her. I mean, she helped her cash in. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a legit. They're not going to ever do like a turning on one another deal.
I wish Dakota wasn't hurt, where she could be on Dakota's shoulders and then thumbs up, thumbs down.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm hoping they kind of like bite Christian and Luchasaurus, and
that would be great.
Bailey's kind of like just holding the title like she's the champion,
right?
Type deal, even though she didn't win it. Like, I hope they go that route because that's
Christian is
I think
so
she'll be great
right
at
now.
that. Yeah, dude.
He pops me every week on Collision.
Shit on his daughter.
Yeah.
That's great.
She doesn't have credentials. Security, get her out. That was awesome. That was fabulous. Can I hold your belt? No. You have to win a championship.
Yeah, have you won this? You haven't won a title yet.
You haven't won this title.
But yeah, no, I'm hoping they do something sort of like that with Bayley, where she's just like, we're co-owners of the women's title, and then that's because I think she'll do a good job with that.
Another thing we didn't bring up, actually, let me hit this real quick.
Welcome back.
Hello! Welcome! Where the hell have you been? I'm back!
Hello there.
I'm back.
I'm going back to the big show.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Forgot to hit that for outside the ropes, but reportedly, Kairi Sane has re-signed with WWE.
Yes,
that surprised me because she didn't get fired or released. She left because she wanted to go back to Japan.
Yep,
be with her family. Now she's back.
Yeah,
maybe she gets involved somehow with the Io Sky.
That'd be I'd like that too. The former partners, doing battle, or she can have that. Maybe I don't think she'll join Damage Control, but I think I'm interested.
Yeah,
I like Kairi Sane.
The old insane elbow,
Oh man, dude, brutal.
Yeah,
she just drops it, dude. She goes full air with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, she doesn't strike me as like a heel type of character. So yeah, I think she might come back as a face.
Yeah, maybe.
Was she a heel? Was she ever a heel?
Well, not in WWE. Well, kind of a little bit with the Kabuki Warriors, kind of sort of.
Yeah, I guess
touched on it a little bit, but I hated it because it was more the foreign menace thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she teams with Asuka.
Yeah,
maybe she's a heel. Who knows? Maybe they reform the Kabuki Warriors.
And we don't have really women's tag team champions. Unfortunately, Sonya Deville's injured. Didn't bring that up either.
Yeah,
that's a bummer, man. Because finally, the tag titles were probably since Iconics. We're probably kind of getting some relevancy again, and at least some steam. I'll do like what Chelsea's doing right now. She's doing this. Chelsea's Got Talent, where she's having people
I like that.
Why she should be the tag team, why they should be the tag team champion. And R-Truth audition. Then she put this little girl up there. I forgot her name, Colby, I think her name, or something like that, which was cute. And then of course Cardona got involved.
Yeah,
and Steph DeLander got involved.
Do you see? Who do you think? Because I don't think they're gonna strip the titles or anything like that from.
I don't think so either. They would have done it already.
I only think they did it with Raquel and Liv because I think they wanted Raquel to go solo, right? And kind of be that person that goes against Rhea, and probably have Liv go solo too. But who do you think they're? Do you think they have someone in mind to replace Sonya, or do you think they're gonna wait So she comes back.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they could sign Mandy Rose.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So, I don't know. Maybe, what's her name? JC Jane?
Ooh, JC Jane. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Huh.
So you're like, I know my NXT.
Yeah.
I know my NXT.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty good. I'm trying to think who else on that roster. I think we'll see. Maybe her and Nikki Cross could be tag team partners, and she could try to, glam up Nikki because she's all crazy.
That'd be interesting.
Maybe not even like have matches. That's like, just use Chelsea for like backstage stuff. Like
that'd be.
He's entertaining, dude.
Yeah,
she can pull it off.
Yeah, for sure.
Or have Matt come back, like he said. Be the first ever husband and wife tag team champions.
I know this is not going to happen mainly because she already said it, and I kind of believe it with what's going on. But I think it'd be cool if you could sign Steph Delander.
Oh my god!
And
dude.
eventually, that would lead to a feud between the two of them. That would be money.
Insane.
And then have Matt Cardona be the guest referee.
I know, right? Like when she ripped the sign that someone had the sign, Chelsea's greater than CL. That's a show when she ripped it.
Right.
And he's holding his belt up. He's like, dude, that's my wife. Why'd you?
Wife.
That's what you. But now
you can't be my heater doing that. If you're gonna be doing
that,
right? But back to Io Sky. Did you like this match?
I liked the match. It was long. Like I said, it was a very long match.
It was entertaining. It was a little clunky at first. And they kind of found their footing.
Yeah, a little bit later, and then I did like the storyline with Bianca with the knee.
As soon as I saw it happen, I'm like, maybe she did get hurt. But then as soon as they showed her walking down the aisle, I'm like, oh, she's about to win this match, and Io's gonna cash in on her.
450 splash. She did.
Yeah.
Never seen her do that.
Oh, so she's athletic.
Yeah, she's. I mean, I've never seen her do a pull 450. Yeah. Obviously, you see Ricochet do it every night.
She is very athletic,
and she landed it
she's
perfect
fucking
too.
Killer, man. She's strong.
Freak athleticism.
Literally, she is the EST of WWE.
It's not a might be. She is.
Yeah.
You get a guy like.
I'm saying that all night, by the way, because especially the pre-show, I was watching. I was actually doing the dishes. I was like, you get a guy like this plate right here. Okay, he's all flat and shit.
You get a guy like Oscar.
You got a guy like Oscar, right? She's really cunning, and she's got that spit. You gotta watch out for that spit.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, I mean, I thought the match was like I said, I thought the match was good. But other than that, it was like I said, it was very long.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Yeah, you have to hit it. We got to find out. You got a guy like.
You get a guy. Oh man.
Yeah, it was a good match. So they were supposed to. Now let's just see how they follow up.
Yep.
So, speaking of follow up, our main event. You kind of touched on it a little bit. Roman versus Jey. Long match. Kind of slow, like you said. Roman got hurt.
Very slow.
I mean, you called it in the group chat. Jimmy, in your thing, Jimmy is gonna come out and attack.
Yep.
Jey. I said that Jimmy is gonna come out. Well, Solo's gonna attack Roman, and Jimmy's gonna attack Jey. So I got it half right.
Yeah, I mean, Roman inadvertently attacked Solo, which is gonna obviously lead to the Solo not trusting Roman really, and I mean, you can already see they kind of plant the seeds where Solo's in it, so they're gonna fucking Samoan spike Roman at some point. It's happened. It's gonna happen. It's a matter of time. But yeah. Let me ask you this question first before we get into this match. Were you as upset with Jimmy coming out as everybody on the internet is?
No, because
everyone's so mad about that.
a lot of people, he's jumping the shark.
It doesn't make sense. Why would
jumping the shark? I'm pretty sure 75% of the people that keep saying that didn't know what jumping the shark meant.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yep. Look it up, kids, if you don't know what it is. But
yeah. So no, because one thing you got to understand with this, especially with this storyline, they always are going to follow up with something. They're not.
Yep.
They're not going to just like leave it at that. And I have faith that it's going to be in the right hands. I think that we'll see a little program with Jey and Jimmy, a little bit of feud, but eventually it'll lead.
That's what I think.
Tom said this on the show, on my show, which is coming out, of course, tomorrow. But and I know Jordan said this on Chick Foley show. I think a Survivor Series will lead to a fatal 4-way.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through the internet and a lot of or Instagram, and there a lot of people, a lot of news outlets or dirt sheets are throwing those rumors out there that it's going to be a fatal 4-way, bloodline fatal 4-way at Survivor Series. So
don't have Jimmy going back to the bloodline. That will ruin. That'll ruin it.
So that's what I think. So like I think if the rumors are true and Roman is not going to be on TV, he'll be on TV this Friday apparently,
right.
But if he's not going to be on TV for a while, the storyline is now between Jey and Jimmy.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Roman. It's not a bloodline storyline. It's kind of like a side story where you have that you have 2 rogue bloodline members.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm with you. I don't think Jimmy rejoins bloodline. I think he did that on his own merit.
Jimmy got mad because Mattel kept using Jay's face for his figures.
Well, that and someone actually, it was a picture that someone took. I think it was like a professional photo. So it's the photo of Jay sitting down, looking up at Jimmy, right? When that happened, when he pulled him out, and then Heyman's like has like one foot on the steel steps, and he's like looking up like he orchestrated it,
like he knew,
Then they cut when Roman seen, so because Roman didn't see all this happening. If you remember, go back and watch the match. Jay gets pulled out. He's thinking that's Solo that did it. He doesn't know Jimmy was there. Gets up, spares Jay, counts, and then when the match is finished, no, actually he spared him, after he's seen Jimmy. As he's getting up from the ropes, he's looking and he sees Jimmy leaving. He's confused as hell. So someone did a split screen of Roman's confused face and Paul Heyman's assured face. So the storyline could be Paul went behind Roman's back and got Jimmy involved.
Right.
Put the seed in his head, because that whole buildup was, it's your fault Jimmy's gone. It's your fault this happened. It's your fault to Jay. We don't know. We don't know if he's saying that to Jimmy. We don't know if he's saying that to. That he's saying it to Jay on TV. We don't know if he's having those same conversations with Jimmy,
right,
behind Roman's back. So I think that's where the storyline's going. I think you'll find that Paul is not going rogue.
He's the wise man.
But he had to make sure Roman kept his titles. And I think he knows that Solo is kind of shaky right now. Solo's like a wild card because, the moments leading up to this match, Solo taking the mic away from Paul, telling Paul to shut up and all this stuff. Like, so he's not too sure he can't manipulate Solo so much because Solo's going to turn at some point, but he can manipulate Jimmy. He could go, hey, your brother's, main event Jay. He has a match with Roman. Look at you. You're laid up. He's the reason why you're laid up at your house right now. Yeah, you're Jay's bitch now. So I think the storyline's gonna go Jay and Jimmy. They're gonna feud. Jimmy does not rejoin the bloodline. It's on his own. He was manipulated by Paul to do it. Oh, look, Jimmy, you don't have to join the bloodline again. You just gotta make sure your brother doesn't win.
Hello, Mr. Uso. My name is Paul Heyman.
Just make sure your brother doesn't win. That's all we care about. That's pretty much what it's gonna. I think that's what's gonna happen tomorrow night on SmackDown. The whole story's gonna be laid out. Everyone can shut their mouths on social media and be happy that this story is continuing and it didn't jump the shark.
Are you satisfied that Jay did not win the world title or the Universal title?
Yes.
Okay.
I want
You,
Roman
you were
to
you were
continue.
you were a Jay supporter. You wanted him to win.
I did want. I kind of wanted him to win at the beginning, and I did say that on this show. I was like, He changed my tune. Seth changed my tune a little bit with Roman, and then it had just a continuation of the not really the reign that he's having right now, but just I don't want the story to end. That's the thing. Like, why do people want the story to end so bad? That's the other question that popped into my mind. Like, why does it should have ended with Cody? It should have ended with Sammy. It should have ended with why do we want the story to end? Like, why does everyone just want this? Like,
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I don't get it either. Yeah,
So when you're saying you want these people to win, you want the bloodline story over.
Yeah, I want to go back to regular WWE. Like, get this over with.
You want to go to business as usual, where it's hot potato with the title.
You're
yelling at how bad creative is.
Right.
And I'm not watching
let's
it.
Do that. Let's do that. I like that.
Like, sit back and enjoy. Like, I'm enjoying it, dude. It's like a fuck. It's like watching like a television. Like, would you want your favorite television show to announce its final season?
Right.
No, you want it to continue. You want those episodes to keep on coming. You want to be. That's how I see the Bloodline storyline. I see it as must-see TV. It's.
Well, do you think that people are saying that is because majority of people are getting tired of it?
It's the moments thing that kind of like makes me not want him to ever lose the title, because it would have been such a moment if Jay won, or it would have been such a moment if Sammy won, or it would have been such a moment if Cody won. All right, you get the moment. Now what do you do after they win the title? Where does that go? And a lot of people don't like look at it that way. Like, I think the only person I ever heard say that was Eric Bischoff. Like, a lot of people would like he said he worked with Vince Russo. Oh, we could do this, this, and this. All right, cool. What happens after? What's this? Are you planning? What's happening after this happens? And that's what I don't think they have. I mean, they might have that planned already, but I don't think it's like it's set in stone yet what they want to do after Roman drops a title. Like, they probably have some ideas floating around, but if he's gonna lose his title, it has to continue on there has to be a build. I think I said on the show there has to be 3 builds. It has to be the person that's gonna beat Roman, and then you have to have the story of the person that's coming after the person that beats Roman. Like, there has to be and then it's like, oh no, you're putting too much stock into it and all that stuff. I'm like, no, I don't want you to go back to business as usual. If they're putting on these great storylines and these great things that we're seeing right now, why would you want them to end it and just go back to regular old WWE that has shitty TV every week? I don't get what that is. That just blows my mind that you'd rather have that quick, to put it lack of a better term, that quick nut, if you want to put it that way.
Well, I think just
and then you're like, oh, and then that's it.
I think
and then
you're
regretting it.
a lot of WWE fans are used to this kind of booking either.
True.
I mean,
yeah,
we haven't really seen anything like this since Attitude Era. McMahon Austin.
Yeah.
That's 25 years ago. That's a generation of fans right there.
Yeah.
That's young Anthony.
That's pretty much, yeah.
If you think
and I don't think he would want the storyline to end either.
No. I mean, but what I'm saying is that's a whole generation of lifetime generation of people that I've never seen. I mean, young Anthony was born in 2002. I mean, that's what he's seen is from whenever year he started watching, 2005, 2006, whatever it was, on to now. That's what he's seen.
Yep.
And so I think that's a lot of majority of their demographic is people like young Anthony. They've never seen that before, so they're waiting for this to end because that's what they've been built to or been accustomed to. Is okay. All right, so it's going to end next month, right? Then we're going to do a whole nother thing. We're going to start that program, and then it's going to end that next month. Nope, they're not used to a almost 3 to 4 year storyline.
Like Heyman said, it's only the bottom of the third.
Bottom of the third
storyline.
Which
so
I think he's
some
got
innings to
bullshit
go
on that. I'm spelling bullshit on that. I think I think that's Paul being Paul.
If you bring in like I said, we still haven't seen any of the elders. We still haven't seen Rikishi show up on TV.
I'll say bottom of the 6th until they prove it.
We still haven't seen. We still haven't seen a lot of things. We still haven't seen The Rock show up at some point, which I think that's going to happen Like he's going to get
maybe.
involved
He's
in
been
some
teasing
capacity.
a lot about that, actually.
You got a lot of the Fatus still out in the indies that they might be pulling in.
Hikuleo.
Haku. I mean, there's you can still keep it going. You can create a whole new bloodline with different bloodline members. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like the NWO where you smash it to pieces and you ruined it. You can continue the bloodline type of.
My God, it's Michael Wall Street. He's joined the bloodline.
It could be and I heard the story is there was like a rumor that the ending of this is Roman going face at some point.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for is like how are they gonna do how are they gonna get the switch? Like just like how are they gonna do it? Like how do they make
I think it's
Roman
pretty easy. Whoever he wins, let's say it's Cody, all right? As of right now, I think it's Cody. That's why I say that. Cody wins, Cody beats him. He does what Brock did. Stand up, shakes his hand. Whoever beats him.
That's
it.
Doesn't have to be anything intricate. Like
right. It's gonna be simple.
Like I said, Paul Heyman, he could be like the master manipulator. Maybe he's not just Roman's wise man. Maybe he's a wise man for some other people out there. I don't know.
LA Knight.
LA, I don't know, maybe. Bray Wyatt. Who knows? No, I'm joking. Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about Bray Wyatt either with his
do we have
apparent, like, life-threatening illness that he had.
I know, yeah. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I don't know. So just quick shout out, quick plug for Going Ringside, who was on the debate this past week. Great guy, Scott Johnson. He's a news reporter for Jacksonville, Florida, and he's got his own podcast. And so I'm actually going to be making a couple appearances on his podcast too. Coming up. And actually, this coming week will be we'll talk about Bobby Heenan versus Paul Heyman.
Nice.
For one thing, and in the coming weeks, at some point, we talk about the Rotunda family and their legacy. But Tom, who was going to be on my podcast this week, brought up a good question. Has there anybody been Bray Wyatt's stature go from WWE champion to complete flame out, just like a dying star? I don't think there has been.
Like a fall from grace type deal?
Fall from grace, right. Huge fall from grace.
No.
I mean, maybe you could say Psycho Sid. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love Sid, but
softball, dude. That's why.
Softball is
the softball, dude. His downfall. But no, I don't. Yeah, no, you might be. I think, Tom might be right, dude. He might be like that one guy that was just like way up here and just
top of the mountains and like, man, like people are like, don't care if he comes back.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, hopefully he's okay, obviously, but
that's upsetting.
But
such a good talker, such a good story guy.
Yeah,
like they could do like, oh man.
Another guy too. We could have brought up as well. Big E, apparently, he's done.
Yeah,
it sucks.
That's another upsetting deal.
That one, to be honest, kind of upset me a little bit more.
Yeah,
because you know what happened, right? Whereas Bray, you don't know if it's like, is Camp saying that,
Yeah, it might be one of those instances with Big E where like he didn't get a full break of the neck, but they're saying, next time it happens, you're not gonna be so lucky. That's what
I think they're giving them real
news,
and I think Big E's smart where he sees like people that have lived lives, like let's take a look at, for instance, Draws, right? Draws got paralyzed, did not have the same quality of life afterwards.
Yep.
Like, I mean, Big E can go off and do whatever he wants. Yeah. He doesn't have to wrestle anymore. As much as it sucks, I mean, we'd love for him to wrestle.
He could be like a brand ambassador, like a Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, I
mean, make TV appearances.
He's a former WWE champion, former Intercontinental champion.
Yep.
Former
tag team,
multi-time tag team champion,
Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah, I mean he's
just stinks.
He doesn't need it. It's as much as I'd like to see him in the ring. I love me some Big E, man.
I hate
sucks.
we hate Ridge Holland. No, I'm joking.
What's that?
Ridge Holland, you son of a
bitch. He's okay. Ridge is okay. He didn't do it on purpose.
He took our Big E away.
Took him out. God dang.
You son of a bitch. No, but we got Kofi and Xavier Woods back.
Back.
The New Day's back.
New Day, yes it is. I need to see New Day back in the tag title picture.
I think so.
I'm tired of this. Like,
need some sprucing up.
Yeah,
with the tag team division needs some positivity.
Right,
inject
power
of positivity. Maybe Big E comes back as a manager, dude. Like the New Day.
I mean, he could do that. He could definitely talk. Hey, all he's got to do is swivel them hips. It's all about the hips.
Yeah, he could be like an MVP type where he just comes out and cuts promos and shit. And fucking, I don't know. Maybe they go back to their heel ways. They go back to the New Day when they were heels, and fucking Big E can be like that mouthpiece for them.
The preacher guy.
The preacher, it'd be sick if they did that. But damn, that's upsetting. You just made me sad thinking about that.
Oh man,
Vince, you are relieved of your duties.
Triple H.
You're bleeding.
Oh,
you're bleeding
of your duties.
Well, is there anything else we need to talk about for this week? We didn't really get into Raw too much. I mean, it was a good episode. I think we had a lot to talk about with SummerSlam. I mean,
Payback
will be in a couple weeks, so we have that.
Chad Gable going for the IC title pretty soon, which is pretty exciting. The Profits.
What happens with Drew? Oh, we didn't even talk about Drew and Gunther.
Wow, he took that match.
Wow, jeez, don't know what happened there. Why didn't we talk about Drew and Gunther?
I don't know.
I totally skipped over it.
Yeah, I think we were. I was in the boat where I was disappointed.
Yeah,
it wasn't. And it wasn't like one of those Gunther type matches where it's just like they're beating the shit out of each other. It was a good match, but it wasn't. I think we were expecting, that type of match, and we didn't.
Yeah,
get it. Like the Sheamus and Gunther match was freaking insane. This one was just like,
it kind of shows you how bad this crowd was, and now it also happened after that MMA rules match, so the crowd was completely taken out of everything.
Yeah.
So that because I mean, I don't know. This another weird thing to me. They only sold 59,000 tickets. That to me is weird. I mean, that stadium holds a lot more people, and especially, I want to say now. Of course, we know inflation numbers WWE does, but WrestleMania 23 was in the same stadium. They were like at 80,000, I believe. They're missing 20,000 tickets, and they didn't have the big gigantic stage.
Yeah,
either. I know that's weird to me. I mean, it looked full, but I was very surprised by the number. I was like, that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good number, obviously. I mean, that's nothing to squawk about, but with that inflated number, I wonder if that's the true number or if it's an inflated number.
I know, right? Well, is the arena? You said it's the same exact arena?
Yeah, it's Ford Field
23.
Yeah,
maybe they changed the inside. Maybe it could have been less.
I don't think so. I mean, it's a football stadium. I mean,
that's true.
I've been to that stadium too. It's huge.
I don't know. Maybe inflation.
It's a big stadium. It's a big boy. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
that match was in the. It wasn't up to their expectations. We'll say. For me anyway.
No, and I was a little surprised that I kind of thought somehow, Drew. I don't think he would win the title, but I think there was gonna be some kind of schmoz, dusty finish maybe.
Yeah, he just flat out beat him.
But now what happens? What happens to Drew now?
No, that's the other thing too. It's like, he just came back from an injury. Maybe they're just like, hey, just come back, and then we'll let you go if you want to leave. You can leave.
I hope not.
Just finish out your contract.
I don't think if he goes AEW, he would not. And I'm not the type of guy to like, we need WWE. He's leaving WWE. I mean, I'm like pretty much, I'm in the middle. Like I could care less really. But I don't think he'll be used properly in AEW, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're not the
not that he's been used properly in WWE either, but
I don't think they're the place for big men. Like AEW doesn't seem like a big man company to me. It seems more like a average size guy.
He's just
like,
a little guy, baby.
It should be the thin, pasty guys. That's what AEW.
We're the all thin, pasty guys.
No, the style of wrestling for them isn't really made for.
I mean, you might be onto something,
men.
you know. Yeah.
For me, anyway. I mean, that's what I see. Anyway,
I think you're right. Actually,
we don't see any 7. I mean, you see what's his name, Big Bill. Big Bill, yeah. That's. I mean,
I like Big Bill.
Like, even that, everyone's like midgets compared to him in that company. So there's not really any big men there. Big men is in the sense that they're tall, not like jack dudes.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think that's a place for Drew.
No, I don't think so.
Back to Impact, he goes if he does leave.
Damn. All right. Well, there you go.
There's nothing wrong with that. Impact's thriving, dude.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Still existing to this day. They outlasted WCW.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. They're about to have their 1,000th show. Actually,
yeah, I know. See,
it's wild. I don't even think Nitro hit 250.
No, not even.
They might have hit 200. Might have.
Probably. Way more years.
Close.
How many years was it on Nitro?
So 95 to 2001. So yeah, they hit 200.
Yeah, Impact's been around for how long? How many years? Like almost
3, 4. Yeah, they hit 200. Yeah, they may have not hit 300 though. So
Impact has to be coming up on 20 years.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah.
That's insane to holy shit, that's insane to think. Holy crap.
Because I mean, I think right around the time Raw 1000 happened was right around the 20th anniversary. I think it was right before the 20th anniversary.
Wow, dude.
Or right after, one of the two.
That's crazy to think that Impact is still going.
Because that happened in 2013. Yeah, Raw 1000 happened in 2013, and that was 20 years. So yeah.
Wow.
20 years.
Damn.
Yep.
There you go, Drew. 20-year anniversary. You should be able to show up there. No, I'm joking. Yeah. Sorry, Drew. But yeah, I mean,
288.
288 days.
Oh.
Episodes.
Oh, Nitro 288. There you go.
Ah.
Oh, look at Ace Phil coming in.
Dude, Impact crushed WCW then.
Yeah. Speaking of Impact, make sure you stay tuned for Brace for Impact right after.
Yes.
So I think it's actually time we get on out of here so we can go.
Hey, yo.
All right, everybody. It's been another great episode of the RAWDOWN. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Marco, tell everybody what's going on in Chick Foley world.
Obviously, I mean, I can't say the Twitter machine anymore, can I? It has to be the
X machine.
The X machine.
Hit them with the X.
X
don't give it to you.
The X. You could catch me on the X machine, running the Chick Foley Show account, and obviously Sheena running the Chick Foley account on Instagram. New episode out. We recap SummerSlam. We talk some figs. We talk the controversy of the now, then, forever together, stand and deliver 4-pack. Which is very still odd. To this day. But yeah, we talk about that. We give you some picks, some non-wrestling picks as well of our either viewing or listening. So check out that. I believe this weekend, brand new episode of the return of Open Mic. Open Mic is
the hell told you it was Open Mic night.
Yeah, so tried out the StreamYard. Didn't go live. Just did I have the video and the audio. I might just drop the audio for it, and then the next episode I do will be video and audio. But I have Rucker, Mr. Rucker from the Boot to the Face podcast. We go for like oh my god, it's almost like an hour and change. I'd end the show and then something else would pop up and we continue on talking. So we had to kind of cut it. So I'm gonna have him on for a part 2. But yeah, definitely check that out for the I believe it's dropping this weekend. So yeah, open mic is back, and I already have my next guest lined up for the end of the month too. So yeah, can't wait. I'm excited.
Some spread, huh?
Oh yeah, some spread.
All right, and of course, you can head over to Coming Down the Aisle Pod. This week, my guest, like I mentioned, is the OG Fit Kid. We watch Rowdy Piper. Go figure. OG Fit Kid picked a Rowdy Piper match.
Oh wow, that's surprising.
But we watched Rowdy Piper versus Adrian Adonis from WrestleMania 3. And next week, I'll just give this little teaser right next week. Next week, big guest. Sam Evans from Sam Evans Art.
Oh
yeah,
I've been meaning to get that guy.
We're gonna be recording tomorrow. I'm gonna
nice.
have to. He's doing me a huge favor and this, and he's waking up at 6 a.m. his time Saturday, and I'm gonna be just coming home from work.
Oh damn!
Of course, he's from Australia, so. But yeah, so we'll next week I'll talk more about that. But also next week, check me out on Going Ringside podcast with Scott Johnson. Like I mentioned, we talk Bobby Heenan and Paul Heyman. And then next weekend I was gonna do the list this weekend, but it's got some things like popping up here. But the next list we do is gonna be top 10 British Bulldog matches. So I'll be talking more about that later on.
Seth and Sheena will love that.
Week. Yeah, Davey boy, he's very underrated. Got some underrated stuff going on. So, folks, if you enjoyed this and everything else we put down for you, you got to check out what's going on in the rest of the tavern world. And to do that, you go to theturnbuckletavern.com. You can subscribe to Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe to Spotify and subscribe to both, please. Make sure you rate and review right there. Subscribe, of course, if you're watching on YouTube. Not subscribed, hit that little subscribe button. And join us in Discord. We always got some fun things lined up for that. And we have some potential fun stuff coming up here in the future as well, too. If you want to support, head over to ProWrestlingTees.com/tavern. You can get yourself a Hollywood Tony shirt, Young Anthony, MVP Marco, Boney Giovanni, Boney Khan, or just a simple old RAWDOWN shirt. Get you one. Or you can also go to Teespring, Mr. Backlash. You can be Mr. Backlash. I'm Mr. Backlash right now, but you can also be Mr. Backlash with the Mr. Backlash shirt. And I'm also the RAWDOWN champion. You can also be the RAWDOWN champion with the I'm RAWDOWN champion. Or you get the classic RAWDOWN logo over there on the Teesprings machine. Check it out and get you some mugs and some stickers and all that good stuff. Well, until next week, we got a lot more. We're on the road to payback, as they say. And, but always remember,
life sucks, and then you die.